Welcome to Midnight Tale Chronicles, your go-to spot for gripping crime fictions, chilling mysteries, and stories that twist until the very end. Whether it's classic whodunits or dark modern tales, we've got the suspense you crave. If this hooked you, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the next unraveling secret. Let's dive deeper into the shadows together.
The road south from New Orleans was a ribbon of cracked asphalt, flanked by sugarcane fields turning gold in the late August sun. Amelia Reyes gripped the steering wheel of her rented Jeep Wrangler, windows down, letting the thick, wet heat roll over her like a memory she couldn't shake. She was 34 now, lean from too many late nights editing audio. Dark hair pulled into a practical ponytail, eyes hidden behind aviators. Her podcast, Unburied Truths, had hit 200,000 downloads per episode last quarter. True crime with a bite. Cases where the official story smelled wrong from a mile away. She had built her name on digging where others stopped. This trip wasn't for content. At least, that's what she told her producer when she asked for 2 weeks off. Her grandmother, Evangeline Vangie Thibodeau, had died 4 days earlier. Heart attack, the Terrebonne Parish coroner ruled. Natural causes for an 82-year-old woman who still hauled her own crab traps and smoked unfiltered Camels. The funeral had been small. A dozen weathered Cajuns in short-sleeved dress shirts, a priest murmuring half in French Cajun patois, and Amelia standing at the edge of the grave, feeling like a tourist in her own lineage. Half Cuban from her mother's side, half white Bayou stock from her father's, she had always been the one who left. Now she was back to clear out the shotgun house on stilts before the bank foreclosed. Vangie had never asked for help, never complained about the leaking tin roof or the rising water table. She just lived, quiet and stubborn, until she didn't. Amelia turned off the highway onto a shell road that crunched under the tires. Cypress trees loomed, draped in Spanish moss like gray funeral veils. The air smelled of brackish water, diesel, and something sweeter. Decaying vegetation. She parked under the massive live oak that shaded the house, killed the engine, and sat a moment listening to the cicadas. The bayou behind the shack moved slow and black, dotted with cypress knees poking up like bones. She climbed the weathered steps, key in hand. The screen door creaked. Inside, the single room smelled of chicory coffee gone stale, mildew, and old tobacco. A bare bulb hung from the ceiling. The kitchen table was buried under yellowed newspapers, some from the 90s, others more recent. Amelia set her duffel down and started in the bedroom. Under the iron bed frame, she found a rusted metal ammo box, the kind soldiers used in Korea. She pried it open with a butter knife from the drawer. Inside, yellowed birth certificates, a faded Polaroid of her grandfather, Jean-Paul Thibodeau, holding a stringer of redfish, grinning, and one cassette tape labeled in shaky ballpoint, Confession, 2008.
Her breath caught. 2008 was the year her father, Remy Thibodeau, disappeared. Boating accident on the Bayou, they said. No body recovered. Amelia had been 16. She remembered the funeral, empty casket, her mother crying into a handkerchief, Vangie stone-faced in black. She carried the tape to the living room, found an old Panasonic boombox under a stack of quilts, plugged it in. The cord was frayed. It sparked once before settling. She inserted the cassette, pressed play. Static hissed, then her grandfather's voice, low, gravelly, thick with the old accent, but weaker now, the emphysema audible in every breath.
If you hearing this, I'm dead, or close enough. And if you blood Remy or Amelia, you need to know what happened the night Paul LeBlanc went into the water.
Paul LeBlanc. The name landed like a stone in Amelia's gut. The oil executive from Delta Petrochemicals who drowned 25 years ago. Official story: drunk, fell off his Boston whaler, cracked his skull on the gunwale. Case closed in 3 weeks. No autopsy worth mentioning. Jean's voice continued, slower now, like a man unburdening himself at confession.
LeBlanc was poisoning everything, dumping barrels at night, drilling mud, benzene, heavy metals, right where the shrimp beds used to be. I caught him 3 times, warned him. He laughed, said he'd buy the whole damn parish if he felt like it. Called us in the way of progress. Said his company brought jobs that poisoned our kids' blood.
A long pause, breathing ragged.
So I waited. August 12, 1998, full moon. He came alone on his boat to drop another load near Bayou Blackcut. I followed in the pirogue, no motor, just paddle. When he cut the engine to unload, I boarded quiet. He turned, surprised. We fought. He was bigger, 6'3", 220, but I had the filleting knife. I cut his throttle cable first so he couldn't run. Then I pushed him over. He went in screaming. I held him under till the bubbles stopped. Towing the boat out to the Gulf took hours. Let it drift. Made it look like he lost control in the dark.
Another silence, longer.
Remy was with me, 32 years old, scared shitless, but he helped tie the lines, helped push. We swore silence. The parish needed Delta's payroll. Sheriff Boudreaux took cash to look the other way. Half the dock workers did too. Everyone except Vanjie. She knew the moment we came home, soaked and shaken. Burned our clothes in the pit out back. Never spoke of it again.
The tape hissed.
If you're hearing this, Remy, forgive me, son. I made you carry it. If it's Amelia, Sherry, your daddy didn't die in no accident. After LeBlanc's boy started sniffing around in 2005, asking questions, Remy faked his death, changed his name, moved up to Lafayette area. Last I heard, he's Raymond Como now. Runs a small engine repair shop. Don't look for him. Some truths stay buried for a reason.
Click. Side 1 ended. Amelia sat motionless. The room felt smaller, the air thicker. She flipped the cassette. Side 2, more static, then one whispered sentence.
Burn this if you can, but if you can't, be careful. The sun never forgot.
She ejected the tape, hands trembling. Then she did what came naturally, plugged her phone into a portable recorder, hit record, and played both sides again, capturing every word as backup. That night, she couldn't sleep. The bayou sang. Bullfrogs, crickets, the distant whine of an airboat cutting water. She sat on the porch with a warm Abita amber, staring at the black mirror of the water. Moonlight silvered the cypress. Somewhere out there, her father might still be breathing. The next morning, she drove to the Terrebonne Parish Library in Houma. Public terminals, slow Wi-Fi. She searched old microfiche and digitized papers. Paul LeBlanc, VP Operations at Delta Petrochemicals, died August 14, 1998. survived by wife Claire and son Connor, 16 at the time. Obituary photos showed a clean-cut teenager with sharp features and cold eyes. A deeper search on her phone. Connor LeBlanc, now 41, CEO of LeBlanc Energy Group. The company had pivoted hard to sustainable energy, solar farms, wind leases, carbon credits. Recent headlines: acquiring thousands of acres of marshland south of New Orleans for restoration and renewable projects. Photos showed Connor at ribbon cuttings, tailored suits, practiced smile. But the eyes were the same, calculating, unforgiving.
Amelia felt the chill settle in her bones. Why buy back poisoned land? She spent the afternoon talking to locals. At a bait shop near Montagut, an old fisherman missing 3 fingers from a trap accident leaned on the counter. LeBlanc's boy? Yeah, he's been around. Surveyors, lawyers, airboats full of equipment, buying up what he can. Says it's for solar panels, but folks whisper he's looking for something old, something buried. Like what? The man shrugged. Old sins, maybe. His daddy's ghost still floats out there some nights. Amelia thanked him, bought a bag of shrimp boil seasoning she didn't need, and left. By evening, a black Suburban with tinted windows parked across the shell road from the shack. No one got out, and idled for 40 minutes, then pulled away slow. Amelia watched from the porch, heart hammering. She moved the cassette to her Jeep's glove box, taped under the spare tire well. That night, she took Vanjie's old flat-bottom pirogue out alone. No motor, just paddle. She glided through narrow cuts, past cypress knees and ghost grass. She stopped where the old shrimp beds used to thrive, now barren mud flats, water the color of weak tea. She sat there in the moonlight, listening. Far off, an airboat motor coughed, then died. She paddled back faster than she came. The shack had been searched, drawers yanked, quilts tossed, floorboards pried. They hadn't found the tape, she'd had it with her, but they knew she was on to something. Her phone buzzed at 2 a.m., unknown number. Amelia Reyes, male voice, smooth, educated southern drawl. Connor LeBlanc, I believe you have property that belongs to my family. She hung up, blocked, unblocked, texted. Old LeBlanc doc, tomorrow, midnight, alone. Bring proof this ends clean. No reply for hours, then agreed. She prepared, borrowed a 12-gauge pump from a second cousin who asked no questions, loaded rock salt in the first chamber, 00 buck in the rest, made a duplicate recording of the tape on a thumb drive, mailed it to her producer in Atlanta with a note. If I don't call by 6 a.m. day after tomorrow, drop this episode unedited. Midnight came heavy and humid. Amelia tied the pirogue to the rotting pilings of the old LeBlanc family dock, a crumbling structure half sunk since the 90s. She waited in the shadows, shotgun across her lap. Connor arrived alone in a sleek black center console, running lights off. He cut the engine, stepped onto the dock in boat shoes and linen shirt, hands visible, empty. You have the tape, he said. You killed my grandmother. Heart attack. She was old. Stress, maybe. Coincidence. Bullshit. He smiled thinly. Your grandfather murdered my father. My mother drank herself dead, grieving. I spent my life rebuilding what he destroyed. Now you're here with proof that could tank my company, my reputation, everything. Amelia leveled the shotgun. Why buy the land back?
Because it's mine by right, and because I want to bury the past properly. Cremate it under concrete and panels. Solar farms don't care about old blood. You want the tape destroyed. I want it gone, and I want you gone. Quietly. Name your price." She laughed, sharp and bitter. "You think money erases this? Money erases most things. Your podcast could use sponsors. LeBlanc Energy is going green. Good optics. $1 million deal. Walk away rich. I'm not for sale. Then you're a liability." He moved, hand dipping toward his waistband. Amelia fired the rock-salt round. It hit his thigh like 1,000 angry bees. He screamed, dropped to one knee. A compact 9mm clattered onto the weathered boards. She kicked it into the black water. "Get up," she said. He rose slowly, blood soaking his pants, face pale but controlled. "You think you're the only one with leverage?" she asked. "I mailed a copy. If I vanish, it drops tomorrow. Your board, your investors, the press, they'll eat you alive."
Connor laughed through gritted teeth. "You think the world cares about a quarter-century-old Bayou killing? My lawyers will bury it. Again. Deep. Maybe. But your stock tanks first. Your green image? Gone. And the Bayou remembers." Silence stretched. Frogs croaked. An alligator slapped somewhere close. Big one, judging by the splash. Connor studied her, calculating. "Leave," Amelia said. "Sell the leases. Stay out of this water, or the tape goes public and your empire burns slow." He nodded once, slow. "Deal." He limped back to his boat, started the engine, and idled into the dark channel until the sound faded. Amelia stood there until false dawn pinked the sky. She paddled home, shotgun heavy in her lap. Back at the shack, she sat on the porch as the sun rose, the bayou glittered innocent. She called her producer. "Hold the backup, I'm coming back." She packed light. Before leaving, she drove north toward Lafayette. At a roadside gas station outside Raceland, she saw him. Gray hair now, same jawline, pumping fuel into a beat-up Ford pickup. Raymond Camo, her father. He looked older, tired. Their eyes met for half a second through the windshield. Recognition flashed. Then he looked away, climbed in, and drove off. Amelia didn't follow. Some truths could stay buried a little longer. She turned south toward the interstate, Cassette still in the glove box. The Bayou kept its secrets, for now. But Amelia Reyes knew, nothing stays buried forever.